following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1. A massive steering wheel is put in the front of these drivers. But the question is, who's going to take control of the said wheel? Let's start with William Brock, the Rock. A tough outing back in March, but a lot of hype and potential. He is a slow burner. Let's not forget what he did, T5. But for Brock, tonight is about redemption, and a redemption in a big way, as if we go 6 games, 100 looms, and his career starts. Enter Abyan. We all know where we're going for Super League. We know he's from Indonesia. Indonesia's hero. Thailand's not too far away. Will he wave to the crowd and prove why he's back? Something's got to give. It's 0-1 versus 0-1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brock versus Abyan. We do apologize for the delay. We had some issues with our good old friends from Discord and a little bit of some timing issues. But we're back on track, ready to roll tonight around 9 o'clock EST, basically. Let's get to that schedule, and man, what a great day we had of action. Let's start it off with our first game. We had 3 non-streams. We'll talk about the third one in a second. Leah took a big win over Allen. Crazy circumstances in a potential Game 6, but regardless, Leah gets the only upset on the day so far. Drip over DJ, but that was a crazy one. Drip had some monster hands. DJ was fine. Looked pretty good for DJ despite the loss. Starting to round back into form. We'll see if he's got something for T3. Drip moving on to play either Ellison or Yepes, which we'll see tomorrow. Tapir Steven unfortunately got postponed. There was a scheduling conflict. We're expecting that one at 9:30 tomorrow. Early wake up with them, Uno, at 9:30 in the morning. Tago Gold, this was the game it was supposed to be streamed. Unfortunately, we had some issues once again. And due to that reasoning, we will not really say much other than it was just unfortunate timing on my end with some of the back-end stuff. But Tago got the job done in a 4-1. Moving on, he'll play Vapor in that little rivalry they always have. And now Brock and Abyan on the Jag region coming up. Well, we'll begin with how we got here with the match preview. And for Brock, it's pretty simple, right? He lost in round 1, March. Really couldn't get control of the match against Jenna. Just wasn't having much of, not so much the luck, but just the control element, which we know he loves. Fade wasn't working the way he likes. He'll come in here not ranked, but he did finish in the top 15 a year ago. And for Abyan, battle of the yellow cards, the Uno, and of course the +4. Not ranked for Abyan, a veteran. We know where we're at in Super League, but to get there, he's got to start building it tonight. Finished 49th here last year after a great March 1 year ago, and now he looks to regain some clarity as we enter Automotive April. Let's go into that pod, and pretty simple. Winner of this game gets myself or Mac. We'll see ourselves play at 1 o'clock on Thursday on a non-stream. That's all for the pregame, though. Let's get down to the scene. And on the scene is myself and my man, JT. The KT-JT combo is back. Jay, let's get into it real quick. We know William Brock. We know him around town. He's been a ultimate use of the fade. Right? We talk about the fade look. It's been his one bread and butter move since the time he's got here. Thoughts on the fade versus the +2 control where Abyan loves and knows. That's been his home over the last 12 months when he joined as a rookie. What are we expecting tonight for both of these players, knowing that there could be a little bit of some, not really history because everyone seems to make the 100-star club potentially, but just more of a nice accolade for Brock to a pretty illustrious growing career.
Oh, of course, KT. Happy to be doing this second night in a row. And Yeah, for these two guys, William Brock, of course, his specialty is those fade plays, and then Abyan, he specializes in the +2 combos, and I mean, both those moves are pretty lethal in their own way. As somebody who has played Brock before and has been a victim to a couple of his fade plays in the past, once I have I mean, at least I can speak from experience about how deadly those fade plays can be when you're caught on the bad end of it. I mean, of course, the +2 combos that you said Abion's specializes in. We got to see that last night. Between Lamas and who did Lamas play last night?
Andy.
Andy, yeah, Andy used a defensive power play, and he had many +2s of his own to set Cody back. So yeah, it's both moves. They can be used, in their own deadly way. Although, at least in a relatable kind of way, I probably say that fade play could be just a touch more lethal. We'll have to see how well they can both use those moves.
Yeah, we'll see. We talked about hyping this game up as a control. Who wants to control the steering wheel? That's what we're going to see tonight. We'll start it off with the Rock. Rock, it's good to see you, man. You've been here now for your 7th tournament. You started as a rookie. Now you're a master. Started from the bottom. Now you're resurrecting. We know game 100's on the line if we get to game 6. But before we even think about that, how do you control this game? Because the first time you played Jenna, that was eco mode. This is Abyan. The +2s are going to be off the shelves. This could be a high ammo game. Is that where you like it, considering we've seen higher ammo games lean towards the fade look? Is that where you think on paper you could take the advantage tonight and get the win?
I guess one way I could have an advantage is, I guess, have more power cards than he does, maybe, but I guess also kind of learn to conserve my power cards. Try and use them for when I really need them to try and stay in the game.
Yeah, I mean, getting those power cards, being able to be creative, understand the looks will be important. I think it'll be a really good match. We'll go over to Abby here. Abby Opson as I like to call him. Abby, tough March. Did not get off to the right foot against background. Just couldn't find the rhythm. But now we're here in Automotive Vapor. You both guys know a thing or two about going fast in the fast lane with the cars. Thoughts on playing Brock, though, who has a really unique game with the fade look and control, and how are you going to offset that with the +2s? I'm not sure. Honest to God, I didn't know if you were going to speak or talk or type. So that's on me if you were typing. I should have came to you first, but normally I know the past you do speak. Regardless, not a problem at all. I will go over to Short. Short, you want to quickly, briefly talk about something? Go ahead, man. I know we got a little buzzer tonight for sure. And he says,
Abyan gotta do his best. Can't do the +2 every time. Gotta pull some control, and that's kind of thing we talk about. Is like, you gotta be cool and collected. And really, for both these guys, I mean, they got upset by rookies last time out, so they're both looking to try. Now they're both sitting in this toss-up 8-9, and it's really it's a matchup of who is gonna pick themselves up and start building that platform again here in T2, try and get back to it. Obviously, Brock in Super League last year. Abyan not too far from it, but not quite last year. So, and both looking to make their record 1-1 with a win tonight. Should be a fun one to see.
It should be a fun. We already got the winning lottery numbers in the ticket. 2-2-1-1. It's double deuce, trips 1 from 9, best of 7, 1 power play. Brock the home team. Can he get to the 100? We got to go 6 to find out. Let's get underway, and for that, I'll take the game 1 call. William Brock, the Rock, we know you're a big mid-tier guy, but what are we going to do here for game 1, my friend?
I guess start with 12.
Let's go with the 12, baby. Let's do it. All right, let's go in. Now I'm going for the 12-pack and to set us in. We get the 12 cards in. Let's start it up. It's Brock Abyan. It's a wild to start. This game about to be wild. We know what's in store, JT.
Yep, as we're just getting underway right now, and we literally saw this happen with between the Lamas and Andy game, I believe, last night. They had a wild start in that one too. So
yeah, well, and right now you gotta think your JT first card is a wild. That's an automatic switch the color. That's a fade right there. Thank you, Bot. So that really allows us to understand play. And we know last night was about control and patience. This one is going to be more. Can Abyan have a little more control in that +2 and be able to ammo control it? And does Brock continue to work with the higher package of ammo cards where he can fade off of it as Abyan takes his time? And we really can't speculate on pace control today. We really don't know what's going on from a back end perspective from Discord. We don't know if we're living on a prayer on that avenue. So we'll see how the pace control develops. Of course, as always, as Abyan taking some time to sort his 12-pack out. As we go into that, one more thing about the schedule, Jay. You think about these two people as Abyan goes for a Red Zero Sugar. Someone's got to go 0-2 tonight. It's the one game I talked about. I know there's a couple other games that are 0-1 versus 0-1, but this one's a little bit more in particular. They were both top 20. Abyan finished in the top 20, I believe 17th, 18th, around there, and Brock was a top 15 player, made Super League course, and just missed out on that group stage after that impressive group stage with the win against Nam and had some ties against Steven. Unfortunately lost to Ghost. They both want to get there, and in the case of Brock, run it back, and it starts tonight. I think that adds a little bit more of spice, considering they're both 0-1. It gives a little bit more for the fans' perspective to see how the aggression and to see how the fades and how all this will mesh together tonight.
Oh, of course. I mean, with these players having the accolades that they do, I mean, each placing top 20 and Brock, having a little run in a Super League there for a little bit too last year. Of course, the stakes are going to be higher, and then whoever ends up on the losing deal will, have a little bit more of a downfall than the other one will. I mean, even though it is just the second tournament this year,
right.
I mean, you still don't want them to pile up for sure, especially if you're, seated as high as both these guys are.
8-9 is more the scrappers, and we talk about it's early in the season. You got 5 tournaments. Is Brock really taking his time here, thinking this one through? I hope. Hopefully there's no issues on the back end. I think he's just taking his time. But, yeah, that's no problem. Red 4. You got to think about this, JT. It's early in the season, right? We talk about Super League when we get to T3, so you'll start seeing that when we get to Memorial Weekend, of course, a famous weekend for cars. But right now, it's not about starting 0-2. It's about understanding your groove. It's about understanding one game at a time. We talk about the anticipation and the build-up to a lot of these matches. This is a lot of build-up in a sense that we have both guys here that were expected to win in round 1 as we go to the night 7 against those rookies, and they don't. And now expectations are going to have to be not so much crafted, but almost reworked as we continue the red train. Now we'll go into Abyan's turn here as we go into the Charles Sanford 6. We saw him win round 1 after a 2-0 comeback down to hockey. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I'm already sensing a slower kind of pace of this game. I mean, these guys have only played, 5 cards overall. Brock with 3 and Abyan with 2. I mean, we saw the Cody Lamas, lay down a quicker pace last night against Andy that I was also in the booth for, but it looks like it might be we might be riding a camel through the desert. Or we could be riding one of those Reliant Robins, 3 wheels down the Autobahn, just careful as we can be.
Yeah. You remember, the old rules on the Autobahn, JT, as fast as you go, so you better pull over. There's the triple.
Okay.
Well, that could be the reason, right? These guys might have some good hands. They're trying to sort through it. Right? It's hard to know with the pace management. We also don't know if there is a back-end problem, right? You never know that, but realistically, you have to look at this and say, okay, they both have good hands. It's about understanding each other's fate. Because right now, Abyan's playing a little more aggressive, and let's see how Brock counters that. It's a nice trend. There you go. There's the aggression, just like that. Brock gets the lead back on a scoreboard flipper. Caesar +2 and Jenna. Now Abyan, 2 freshies in the pocket. Let's see what he can do. Sure, you can see it. It's not used to what we know from Brock and Abyan. We've seen they play very quicker, but tonight it might be a case of game 1. They've never played each other, and you got to feel it out. It happens.
Yeah, it's feeling it out quite a bit. I mean, like you said, you have no idea what back end things may be going on, but I mean, in an ideal world, this is probably just trying to feel out the pace for it, feel out how much aggression you're going to see from your opponent. That's really all this looks like to me if you don't have the Discord update backdrop.
Yeah, if you don't have any of that, first draw. Okay, so Abyan decides to pull the trigger on that pile, see what that pile brings. So, Jay, we saw last night as we go into the Cap 4, number efficiency be really important. And sometimes you can overstep your boundaries. How big is number efficiency when you're playing a guy like Brock? You played him last year where he's lethal on the fade. JT? Jay?
Yeah, there we go. Abyan drew for the first time. Brock's able to roll with these greens now. I mean, red and green are the only two colors that we touched thus far in this game.
Well,
there's blue.
There's the
Showing up that
KT.
KT.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but Jay, real quick, you as we go to the blue, you played Brock firsthand. I want to get that firsthand experience here for the fans. How hard is it to control and understand that fade when you're in mid game? For that firsthand experience.
Oh, of course, yeah. It's definitely an art that you got to get a hang of. As Abyan goes with a double there, he sets Brock two cards back. But anyway, that fade game, like it even though like it's sometimes you gotta be on the receiving end, of those fades to learn how they should be played. I mean, and Brock's got it down to a T. So, I mean, Abyan, like if he ends up being the victim of one of those fade outs, I mean that could be something that he can keep at the back of his head, and he could try and translate it. He might use it too against him.
Well, we talked about the +2 wars, and there we go. That both using those +2s early, and that's what it's all about here, Jays. There's the fade potentially from Brock. That's what makes Brock's game so good, is in the sense that he wants control. And that's what makes Abyan's game so good, in the sense that he's not afraid to drop that +2 as an enabler card. And right now, it's living up to the billing, just a little bit different with the pacing. We thought, okay, maybe a little bit faster, but with some of the things that have happened today, who knows? As we said, and there's a back to blue wild testing Brock to see if he's got any more. The KT. He's out, and now Abyan.
Oh, nothing on them blues. That's very interesting. I mean, 4 cards though. I mean, the possibilities, real. I mean, you could have several amounts of one color, and then you might be completely empty on the other. And now, as Brock got a top deck right there, but we'll have to see how well he can convert once Abyan takes his turn again.
Oh, there he goes. He's about to load up here. We go down into the M card. We'll see him tomorrow. As there's the Nam who won earlier this week against Jenna 4-1. Of course, Brock lost to Jenna. And there's Brock. He's out. Top decks are running low. And here comes Abyan looking for a run. Abby looking for a run here. He decides to make the break to blue. And he'll go over to yellow with the switch that should enable Brock to make a play.
Yep, from now I'm over to Rocky Top Rogers in the 4s as we touch yellow for the very first time.
Rocky Top. Down to the old Mountain Mama in West Virginia with Monkey. Now, here comes Abyan. Looking to load in. He makes the switch. Can he make the elusive break? Here's another +4 to his own card. There's the clock.
Check that out.
Oh, yeah, that's game. That's game.
There we go. Is he going to get it?
With his own +4. That's it.
Enabler. The enabler. Called that one. So I said
it.
that yellow could be the enabler. That was it. Well, I'll go to the questions here. I'm going to go start with Abyan. Abby, really good patience game. Just want to make sure, though. Was that the +2 word that gave you some of those wild +4s and wilds? Or did you just feel you were able to sense Brock was a little bit weak and you wanted to test his fade game early to go back to blue? Because it's risky. When you make that break to blue, sometimes you think about, okay, Brock can fade it. So you testing it earlier gave you a good litmus test to run down the numbers efficiency and get to that +4 to finish it off. Tell me the thought process behind that, mate.
Oh. I got a +4 from my first throw.
First +2? Or first draw?
I got my +4 from my first throw.
Okay. That'd be the first draw. Okay, off the green one.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
First draw of the game. And I just keep it safe and just trying to play with the blue, because I think I knew that he kind of like lost the blue, so I just play with the blue, switch to the yellow, and that's it.
Right, easy connector, 1, 2, 3. Gotcha. Thank you, I appreciate the buddy. Brock, you really can't say anything crazy with the hand. I thought you had a decent hand. You had the +2s. Ultimately, you just couldn't fade the blue. Why the deficiency on the blue there? Was it just maybe the wild start threw you off, or do you just feel you couldn't work the blue as a fade because he had the offset green, or you were just trying to play cleaner, and that +2 ultimately was just the only ammo you had in it, and you couldn't really get the fade working until you got to the yellow where it was too late? Talk me through that.
Well, I had considered switching over to yellow, but I just I don't know, something in me felt like that wasn't quite the time, but and in the end it just didn't work out.
Didn't work out, yeah. I mean, Jay, right now, early in the game, you got to start thinking. If you're Brock, this is what we saw in the first tournament, right? We saw this in the first tournament. The fade is going to be mission key for Brock. If he can get that fade going, the mission is pretty simple. You run it, you rip it, and go. But if you can't get it working, where do you think the plan B's got to be for him to start securing some of his magic he's had in the past?
Yeah, if that plan A, for fades doesn't quite work out, I mean, power play wouldn't be that bad of an option of having that plan B. I mean, each player has that available to use, and I mean, if you're stuck on something, you can't make your normal thing work. I mean, throw a power play in it, and throw the other player off balance, and you might do something that may be out of your norm, but may be necessary to get a dub.
We'll see how this game 2 goes, but for Brock, he'll get another free choice. Brock, free choice. Everything open, my man. What do we got game 2 to send us in?
I guess lucky number 13.
We're going up. We'll go to the 12-13 package, and now Brock looking to tie the score up and get this back into a 1-1 Abyan, looking for the 2-0. Here we go. Nam's in. Is that 2 in a row? That's 2 in a row. That's 2 in a row, Jay.
Oh my goodness me.
Well, 2 in a row, and Brock is going to play almost the exact same red. Just drop it down 1 to Zach instead of Logan. 2 in a row. Wild card indeed. It is
Yep, there's that podcast emote that I attached on too.
Yeah, there's the old wild card pod. My favorite card in the deck. We all know that. Is Red Zero Sugar. Now, William Brock, let's see if we can get a fade going early. This is what he's talked about, is trying to get this fade going. It's been his man mobile. Let's see if he's got a backup plan. His Abyan's going to roll with it. Here comes Brock. Gonna keep it clean here for the most part, though. Maybe doesn't want to try the fade and get too crafty with it. And they're both going to run the reds. Similar start to game 1, Jay. A lot of reds early, and then someone makes the break, and there we go.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Red was the exact first color that was chosen the previous game, and now we got that switch off of them crazy eights as we're still trying to work it below 10 cards, which they have reached now.
There we go.
Yep, Abyan going half off.
Yep,
and half off of that.
Half off. We go from Camaro to Rocky Top to Bo. Here comes Abby looking to run it free. He will in a Sting. Saw Sting get a big win, of course, against Knight. Back to Rocky for the Rock. Abyan now looking to find a little bit more in that yellow, as we said earlier. He did a great job in the first game switching off and vibing with the colors. Now the question is, can he vibe and jive with another switch? Let's see. Trying to force Brock's hand on these switches could get him off kilter. Let's see. Here comes Abyan. He'll just keep it into Brock's card. There we go. Full respect move. And Brock, there's the fade, Jay. There we go. First one, I think he can finally say he's done here. Where he could be hiding that yellow in the green.
Yep, yeah, there it is. He certainly could be, hiding more of some of that, where that came from.
We'll see if there is more to come. 6-6 here. Now the question becomes here, if you're William Brock the Rock, how far do you want to take that fade into a potential finisher? And I got a little stat update here. Last win for Brock was match 5 all the way back in November. Super League. Crazy to say. November 9th. It's crazy how that's not going to happen again, hopefully, with the timing as we go for a ditto into Yepes. And Abyan's last win was National Free Slurpee Day. 7-11 against Leah.
Yeah, Abyan definitely a lot more, hungrier to seek victory again. I mean, heck, it's been that long. And we're already at the end of March. So, ooh, look at this here.
Triple play in the lane. We go from Goldie to Carson in the lane, of course. Of course, Brock got that win over Nam in that Week 5 game where little gamesmanship at that point. Now here comes the question, Jay. Abyan makes the move, okay, as he goes into blue here, to make this aggressive break, but can he finish it? Because Brock still could have the control right here, and I don't think he's got anything. This could be Abyan's right here, assuming he didn't run out. Brock really clean on number. That's it. That's all he's been able to generate, and there's the draw, and now Brock can use some of those numbers to maybe tie this up and get some advantages here. Has not had much.
Yeah, he certainly can. Yep, still going to remain in the blues, though. There's Nick.
Tie game. Now Brock up a possession. Does Abyan get some top deck city? No, and now Brock for check.
Nope, still nothing from Abyan.
No, we're going to go back. They both ran the old JT dry. Abyan's drawing here. Let's see if Brock gets a topper. Nothing. And now we'll draw it out. Drawing it out we go. Brock, one of those guys that can vibe and jive and draw city. Jay, Abyan, another guy, knows when to pull the trigger. Both these guys have a lot of potential in that draw city, so you wonder who will pull the old topper to start us off. For those of you who's joining us, Brock had the game one call. Unfortunately, couldn't get the job done. Abyan up 1-0 here, looking to fly early. Brock taking his time. Let's see what he's got in this topper.
Yeah, he's looking to pull that move right here, possibly.
Brock looking for a topper right here, taking his time. He goes for a +4, +2.
What a top deck. What a top deck for sure by that one. And he's already at 2. He can keep on running this.
Game. Top deck city, and now you have to think it's the +2 connectors. We're tied 1-1. Big dog Brock back in the building. Brock, got to think right there. First off, top deck had to be a +4. You had a sandwich +2 connector. Is that what it was?
I'm sorry, you repeat that?
You had a sandwich +2 connector on that finish. You just got a top deck +4 to finish the job there?
Yeah, I had a +4, a red +2, and a green +2. Would combine with a green 8.
You top deck one of those?
Yeah, basically.
I got you. Come on now, we can't fool us. But no, bro, all kidding aside, you really were just running numbers right there. He did a good job to get you off the green. Do you think he was a little bit too, I don't know, hesitant on that first triple play where you were able to take advantage using that fade towards the end? What was talk me through the mindset when you see that first triple play after he had done that in game one, where that was the enabler. This time you put the defense on and de-enabled that and deactivated that. Talk to me through it.
Well, all I know is as soon as he hit draw city, I was just looking for that top deck to get me to the win, and I found it with the +4 and the 2 +2s I already had. So
living on a prayer. I got you, man. We'll go to Abyan here. Look, man, the triple play, it had worked in game one. Game two really wasn't that bad of a move. You had Brock offset off kilter, but you couldn't get back to that anti-lock position where you're really good with the +2s, couldn't control the fade. Was that a case of just nothing on the draw city, or did you want to play that aggressive, considering you may have saw a little whiplash in the back end coming where he could have had some monster hands? Talk me through that game on some of those tactics.
Yeah, I was just hoping that he doesn't have any card or just move away to red, but he pulls out a blue 3, so fortunately I gotta pop myself into the draw city, and there you go.
Right. Now you did, but you did a good job. You did a good job for the most part pushing the pace. And you look at the stats here, Jay, 28 apiece on the cards played. So obviously Abyan had some cards more drawn, but some of that was the +4. No skip and reverses for Brock, but at the end of the day, those 4 +2s, a lot of them came in that game. It's been more of a numbers game for Brock. He really hasn't been able to do much, and this is what Abyan loves, the +2s, but if he's not getting them, and he's getting the reverse skip meta, it's almost a role reversal of how players are going to win this game. It's interesting to see, because we've only been upper tier. You wonder if there's going to be a little more card start variety through 2 games, and a little bit you wonder, can Brock, when he starts getting his skips and reverses, how does he play it? And then when Abyan starts getting his beloved +2s, you start to wonder, okay, it'll be a role reversal back. It can whiplash at any point. That's the thing with this bot, for sure.
Yeah, that's well said. We've I mean, how Brock, I mean, he did have those, plus twos.
Jay?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you cut now. You good? Keep going.
Okay, yeah, we kind of seen it flip flopped. What we see these two players are usually used to doing, but yeah, Brock was kind of able to use Abyan's specialty against him. I mean, that he did get that top deck magic a bit. Yeah, well executed by him, but yeah, like I'm sure maybe at some point, like they'll both find a way to go back to what they're normally good at, and they'll lay them stinger moves down and seal up them W's.
Well, we'll see out those W's a little later. Now we'll go back into a 1-1 game, but this time it goes into Abyan's homestand. Abyan, no 12, my friend. First home game of Automotive April. What do we got? Oh my, no send it, and we're going to go a little risky here.
And it's a +2 to start.
Yeah, you wonder, Jay, with 5, you have multiple options, and this is the one guy with the +2s you're wary of because he loves that +2, but he's going to play your card to start.
Yep, now we're on the polar opposite of what we've been seeing lately with the larger card starts. I mean, and as far as back as I can remember, Brock ain't used to these small card starts. Like he's more used to us starting out more up on the higher end of things. So I'll be on. It's a aggressive call for sure.
Aggressive call. Brock is a 7-10 guy by heart, but he seems to trend towards that higher. Now Abyan's in the danger zone in a good way, down a deuce. Now Brock nothing. So here comes Abyan. It's really him right here to control it. Nutter green. This is
he's
incredible.
got to.
Brock, anything to potentially kilter that there. So I adjust my mic.
And the power play is of no use now because he has
Brock.
Whoa! Look at that.
A little bit of that +2 magic, and that's just like that. 3 off the board because we saw the initial opener on the blue +2. That is big for Brock to keep it alive.
Well, yeah, I mean, forget the power play. Just to store up them +2s and shoot as give Abyan a taste of his own medicine a bit. That's not the second straight game he's been able to do it.
Well, I mean, Jay, the thing is at Uno, there's no power play. You're right. It's just shoot the breeze right there, throw those +2 heaters and force Abyan to check out his 6 freshies and go from there. Field goal, touchdown, Brock. Flips the scoreboard. The question becomes now if you're Abyan, we don't have that red, and we know Brock faded the blue. You got to wonder, and this is where Brock can cook, because you got to start to think, is there a fade look even on 5 cards? That's what gets Brock advantage. And he's going to go right back. Are you kidding me? I have not seen one of those in a minute on a 5 card. How about that? Anything you can do, I'm going to do that is insane. We have that is rare short. I have to say, man, that is as rare as it gets.
Eye for an eye.
Rare on 5 too to have all those +2s. That's
seriously, yes.
Well, I mean, you just handed him 6. That's a good +6 for Abyan
Holy
if
moly.
he's able to get that. Oh my god.
We talked about. I said the billing up to this game, Jay. We were waiting for the explosion. I had a feeling this would be a volatile game. We're now starting to see it. Let's see if Abyan responds. This is what the billing was. So much heat. Oh,
there is a ton of heat on both sides.
A lot of heat in the building for sure. All right, put the heater up to 80. Jeez, we might turn up to 140 Celsius a little later. Well, we'll see how it goes. Brock now, he's gotten his heat checks. Can he get some more on the red, though? He made the break. Let's see if he can get the deuce. Taking his time. He will. Now Abyan's turn to fire with some heat. Nothing, and now this is what Brock needs. Can he get something cooking on a potential fade, or does he like to run the red to possibly sign that check? And now the pace is a little slower here, Jay, because you got to think 6 freshies, a little bit of a heat check early, right? They've left nothing off the table in terms of those +2s. We don't have them in red. But now we start to get into a game of, okay, It's a race to maybe a wild or a +4. It's a race to a smaller number efficiency play. That's the one thing you have to look at this is, there we go, number efficiencies. Serve that one up on a silver platter with an absolute ace in the hole. Your thoughts now, Jay, because Brock is starting to feel this fade. How does Abyan start it when we lose all those +2s? This is the key moment, I think, for Abyan to control when he's in this red zone area.
Oh yeah, it's all a matter of adaptation. How well you can think on the fly, think on your feet.
Yes.
I mean, those +2s, they're of scarce, finding now. So pretty much gotta, take any play that you can play against your opponents. See how it works without, you having what you always know right with you.
Here comes Abyan looking for deuce. Maybe Uno. Does he have a run to the finish off that +6 earlier? We'll find out. He might have one. Reverse skip man is cooking. Looks for a double for check. Or is it for a finish?
Wow, Brock jumped the gun a little bit.
Well, we know Brock for sure will get this down to deuce, but does Abyan finish it off right here? Well, there's the green wild. Unless Brock's got some magic here on that other card, I think it's going to be Abyan's. Does he have any magic on the greens? Here comes Brock. Does he have a wild flush? Brock, does he have the wild flush? No, that's it. No, that's it. Abyan 2-1. Big statement win right there on 5. Abyan, you gambled, you won some, you lose some, you got the win there, but that was an explosive game, man. You were firing away on those +2s. Brock was firing on those +2s. How exciting was that in the sense that you guys both played the same sequence of cards, just one offset difference on the 2 and 3 combo, monkey to gone, that made the difference? Were you just saying natural instinct, if he's going to fire, anything you can do, eye for an eye? And that ultimately was allowing you to enable stop the fade, because he really did stop the fade after he allowed him to go to red and forced his hand. Talk me through it.
Right. I don't want to pull out the +2 that quickly, but when I checked the deck and William had like 4 cards left, I know that I just gotta stretch the game longer, so I just hit the +2 in a row. Try to make sure the game longer, and hopefully I got good luck, and that's it.
Yeah, we'll go to Brock. Thank you. I mean, Brock, 5 cards. I think Jay's onto something. Maybe not a guy used to that, but you are used to 7-10. At a certain point, do you think the fade is a little bit, I don't want to say deficient on lower card starts, but do you think you could have maybe saved a little bit more of that +2s and made the break, or you just felt confident in the sense that, hey, he's at Uno, don't want to take the risk, maybe not worth a back shot heat check, end around play and leave it open? Talk me through it because of the red not being used. Talk to me through that, because everything else, it was more just a game of matching eye for an eye on the ammo, for sure.
Honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe I could have conserved a little bit more of my power cards, and maybe used less fade. But I don't know. I guess Abyan had the better cards.
Yeah, really hard to say anything other than that, Jay. It's 5 cards. It can go hit or miss, right? It can go really, really quick, or it could go really, really slow on Draw City. And unfortunately for Brock, just ran out of juice there. But I will say, this has become more of a shootout on ammo. We have seen, despite the lack of switches, because we always talk about Brock with the fade look, we only see 9 switches combined on average, and 11 and 7s respectively. It has been a game more of who's got the cards, who's got the run, but I think more strategically, who makes that first break on the ammo. It forces the other person into a shootout, which is interesting compared to last night where it was a school of thoughts. Thoughts on that? JT?
Oh yes, I'm here.
Your thoughts on the school of thoughts there of both players, let's say, having a different read on who wants to throw the ammo first? Because when Brock throws that ammo first, Right, Abyan reacts. Do you think it's a game of who throws the ammo first, a little scare tactic that could potentially set the scene for the next 3 games here, potentially?
It's kind of hard for me to tell, at least right now, because I don't think, like, based on, the plays that they've been playing against each other, like, it doesn't really seem that they're kind of, like, backing him into a corner a bit. I mean, Brock, he kind of ran dry once Abyan, switched up to green, and he didn't really have much to show. I mean, it's just a basic, trap move.
Trap move, yeah.
Yeah, but it's I think both players are standing their ground pretty well, at least right now. It's just from what I see.
I got you. Yeah, we'll see how this continues to roll here as we go to Game 4. As Abyan will get another call. Abyan, no 5, no 12. Big match here. We're going to go up 3. Well, we're going to continue to stay on this lower tier. Play some roulette, but this time no +2. We'll go on that Blue 8 retro style. This is a little cap style for sure, Jay. We're gambling here. It's a little cap style here as we go into Gangster on Jack 1. And you got to think Cap is a guy that is known for this. And you wonder here, Jay, more importantly, is this a case of Abyan going low to limit the fade? I think he could be respecting the fade as well, which could put Brock in a more compromised spot. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, potentially. We'll have to see how much the words are going to ring true at the end of this.
Blue 4 now. And a blue 6. We'll keep it running from Nam to M. We'll see M tomorrow. And now 3 o'clock after some delays. Here comes Brock. See if he can get something cooking on a fade on the 6 Carter. The old sprint, as Sanford would say. We're going to draw here, though. That's big for Abyan.
Can he dry on that?
Yep, in the lane, and now Abyan running. Can Brock find a fade look here on the blue? This is a big moment in the series here, Jay. You can see the momentum is shifting towards Abyan. Brock needs to get something going here. Taking his time, thinking this one through. You know it's starting to get real. He'll go for the fade, but this time he makes the aggressive break to yellow.
Yeah, Brock is the one to blink first. And I'll go with the fade.
Gonna work, though. Yep.
Pretty much almost that. And yeah, so far it looks like it is the right call. I mean, we're still far from ending this, though.
Absolutely, man. It's a long way to go and a short time to get there's the old saying.
Hello.
And there it is, just like that in the previous game. How about this from WB? Let's throw all the heaters right there. Triple play. G, hockey in the background. And now we'll see how Abyan can roll as he's just got flipped on his head.
Wow, that's literally the same exact move that we saw him play, in game 2, I think, when he got the win. Yeah, history's definitely repeating itself in this series.
Let's see if he can fade the yellow. Let's see. This is the ultimate test of the fade. If he has the yellow fade here, this is what Brock wants. This is the pro style Brock knows and loves, is this fade look. Here he goes. Types it out, or is he drawing in? No, and you think, Jay, you know what? 6 cards, you burn some of that ammo pile, and all of a sudden you can't fade it. You're looking for a number. Does he have a 2 now? And now Abyan just got to play the numbers here to get something rolling. Here comes Brock. Does he have a top decker? Looking to get this into a deuce-deuce situation. Best of 3. Abyan looking to go 1 away. Taking his time.
Yeah, the pace is definitely slow to a crawl now, but I mean it's important. We're already at game 4. Abyan's up to 1. Brock's got to draw again. Even though he's got to catch up to the lead. I mean, so far he's making it work. I mean, slowly is going to be surely.
Slow and steady, baby, wins the race sometimes. And there's Abyan going to say, forget the slow and steady. Let's just drop the hammer into the reds. Red 8 indeed. Goes Brock. Here comes Abyan. Starting to chip away, but still Brock up by 4. And Abyan will continue to roll with the Reds. Can Brock continue to roll with the Reds? He will. Abyan looking for a potential move right here. He will get it. Half off special. Now, William Brock. Can he fade this? Or does he stick with the red? He goes to
yes,
fade. He got the fade. He got the 3. The magic's there. Now Abyan in a compromised spot. Abyan in a compromised spot. Yeah, go for it, Jay.
Yep. Did he save a wild or even his beloved +2s to stop Brock from tying this up?
There's the wild.
Yes, he did.
Good move. That's a good one. Unless Brock's got a wild, that's a great move. Into Ashley. Here comes Brock. Nothing. And now Abyan flips the script.
Yep. Yeah, Abyan just if he was the doctor, he prescribed himself the perfect medicine to keep his hopes alive in this game.
There it is, KT Classic on the Ashley Wild. There it is, Jay. That's a sacrifice move. You just play top deck city. You hope you don't get anything there. The classic.
Yep. Yeah, at least it was a regular and not a +4.
It was not me, by the way. That was short. It is National League Holiday KT. I don't know. League Holiday KT. I don't know what it's going to be called. Whatever. Point is, it's KT Day, so that's kind of fitting. That's on for the Classic, baby. You got to do it. You know, it is KT Day in the league. Of course, celebrating my 1 year ago championship when I won that March. Hard to believe how time fly. You got it, buddy. No problem. If this goes, if you got to leave in 15, you're good. We'll get Brad up. We'll bring in the closer. No problem. Now, Brock. Let's see if he's got a top decker. He got the first top decker. It'd be a 7 here on the fade if he gets it. No. Now, Brock looking for a little bit more. Got the draw right there now from both guys in this draw. So you have the Classic play. And there's Brock. There it is, Jay. Just saying.
Yeah, another switch.
Yep, got to get that fade top deck. Brock gets us out of draw city for now, and he starts to get the advantage on green where he wanted it earlier. Brock looking for that green advantage right here. He'll get it. Now here comes I'll be option free. Anything he's got in the back end is going to have to be now. Nothing. Brock, can he sign the check one more time? No, and that's big for Rob. He'll get the momentum back. Yeah, he'll get the momentum. Back and forth, we continue to go, man.
Yeah, and Abyan has worked it up to a point where it's pretty much near even as Brock draws again. So yeah, we are officially at a tie game. Abyan, he's just able to keep on running.
Brock back to red. Tries to fade for the ISO. Does Abyan have a 4 though? Brock with the red. Interesting. You would think naturally, Jay, that could be a potential. Yeah, I was going to say undercut. Yep, undercut.
There we go. Green, red, yellow. Could we go blue? No, he's going to go half off with bow tie.
It's a standoff. Double deuce. Here comes Abyan looking for check. No, Abyan can't deliver. Now can Brock deliver the check? No, we're going to go back together.
Back to draw city again.
Yeah, both these guys playing mirror for mirror, looking for top deck. Nothing from Abyan. Here comes Brock. Is the blue the lock and key? Brock loads up, and we're going back. Still going back. Still going back now as we continue to roll in this draw city. Brock top decking is staying. Jay, you gotta wonder here for both guys. They've been through the draw cities. They've been through the ammo wars. They've been through the blah blah blah. Now it becomes a point of who wants to make the break first, and you wonder if you're Brock. If you want to get into a fade war, you make the... There it is, just thinking. There's the blue.
Just there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's not like he's been avoiding them on purpose. I mean, he's been, playing them accordingly as he should be. Just Abyan, he's kind of, taking note of it and trying to use them against Brock, but he's now at Uno as he plays OG.
OG, strategic break from the Glazer red, and now Abyan can't respond. Does Brock need the blue to finish it off for the deuce on deuce? No, though. Wow.
Ooh, not quite.
Weird there, Jay, because you hadn't seen blue, and this is where Abyan get the advantage. Is Brock looking for a topper? Has to be now. Nothing, and now Abyan with the momentum back. It's going back and forth like a pendulum. And nothing again. Wow. So both guys, you gotta think, have been through every color cycle. You wonder, Jay, if it's a point of someone's hiding something. The question is who's hiding more. And I think the advantage you think would actually go to Abyan hiding more, but Brock is more aggressive on the pace push because he wants to force Abyan into an undercut strat, which is interesting.
Yeah, that might be a possibility of what he's planning to do. I mean, but still, I mean,
Once again,
you can't make any solid plans, and now Brock's created another one.
just like I said, Jay, there's the read right there. Brock is trying to push the pace. I think Abyan's got more than tank. The question is, can Brock continue to push the pace and force some of it? There we go.
Oh, check this out.
Proving the point. There's the double. Looking for the trips. Oh, once again. Not short.
Here comes
Can I get a read right there on National KT? That's a read and a half. Not a finish, but that's a good read. Now Brock, with any shot, he'll have to go for right here on the Reds. Does he have anything on the Reds? He's been dancing around every color. Does he save a +2? What?
No, he can't do that.
Yeah, can't do that one. He's just going to leave it open. Abyan for a 3-1.
Is he going to get there?
Abyan looking for the possible 3-1. Brock just leaves it open, reverse to offset that. It's going to work, though.
Oh.
Wow, he prevented any number. Yeah, that's a great move for Brock because think about
that
it.
close.
I can't stop winning.
That because like I said, he had the offset. Now it just comes down to who doesn't have a top deck. Let's see if Abyan gets a top deck here. What is it, a +4? No, but a deuce.
Yep, he's able to get it right there. Still not. Brock still has a chance to respond. He can't, though.
Is it a deuce from? No. I'm going to say that's the only way. That would have been something. You got 2. Nothing there from both. Here comes Abyan again, looking for our top deck. Does he have it? Another one. From another one. DJ Curtis into the 5. Here comes Brock. Does he have anything? He'll go to green. What a risk!
Here's a green.
He got the green. It's a wrong call. No, Brock gets hurt.
Abyan had the green to do it.
Wrong color for Brock. Unreal. Wow, what a game. I'm going to go to Abyan. Abyan, that was a crazy game. I was just saying, I felt like you had more than tank on certain action cards. And the reason why I said that is because of that red wild. You used the KT Classic, and you forced Brock into his hand, trying to overthink on the fade. Talk to me about overanalyzing the fade there, getting Brock into an overanalyzation point, and using and saving some of those reverse skip metas where Brock's been deficient on that tonight to get the win. And as we do that, we'll bring in Brad, the closer. Now you're dismissed. Appreciate you reffing, my friend. Abyan, your thoughts, though?
Yeah, I was going for the red because I know when he moved away to the other color, I just have to feel that he has no red, so I just use a wild red. Also, yeah, I have no reds, but you gotta sacrifice something just to keep the game alive, and thankfully that sacrifice means something. This one.
No, man, you did a good job with the sacrifice, Brock. I think what I was saying was right. You wanted to force Abyan's hand. You made the green switch there. Was that a case of you just felt you had to make the break because you had something in green, or you just were saying we were running all the rainbow colors and you were thinking maybe you had a blue at the end, and ultimately you just guessed wrong?
I guess basically I guessed wrong. I was thought about using the power play as soon as he drew, but I just felt like if I used it now, I wouldn't be able to use it later when I really needed it.
Right. So more of a case of just wanted to offset. Yeah, I think Brock made a good point though. He tried something, and when you try something, man, it's got to be lethal and clean. And unfortunately for Brock, just fell a little bit short there. I will say though, thoughts on Abyan speeding up the pace tonight because he's been doing a fantastic job of speeding up Brock to where he's trying to get those fades and really lock him down compared to, let's say, Abyan here, or in Abyan's case, he's been trying to save more where he's speeding up at the same time, where Brock's trying to speed up Abyan and ultimately is just over analyzing these last moves where he's got to get the clutch gene out. It's just not working because it seems to be working more for Abyan right now with the speed up process of overanalyzation on Brock versus Brock trying to speed up Abyan. He's still got plenty left in the kitty.
Looks to be that way right now. But you talked about respect and looking at the just seeing, all the moves that both players are making. You gotta give. I definitely give respect. To how both players did that last game with Abyan, speeding up the pace, and Brock just having to play the fades quicker. But still, Brock. I give him props for at least trying something different. He picked the wrong 25%, unfortunately, or maybe that was just what he could creatively do at the time. But still, like if what he was doing wasn't working, he tried to shoot, he tried to aim high. He may have not gotten it, but there's still no shame for that.
No,
he could still recover in Game 5.
Yeah, you gotta make the break at some point. You gotta make the break at some point. I respect that, and that's really what this game is, right? When you got Brock, the fade's lethal, but you also gotta know how to respect it at the same time. And Abyan's done a good job to go tick for tack. All right, we'll go into Game 5 though. It's back to Brock. Brock, no 13, everything free to go. What do we got, my man?
I guess go with the OG7.
OG will go one up, and that's gonna. Brad. Come on. Oh boy. Okay. I'll do it here. We'll go 7. I'll start us up. We're gonna go 7, Kevin. On National KT Day, and we'll go red. Is that a double retro 8? What is that? 2 in a row? Let me check that. Yeah, 2. I think we've had the same starters, Jay. 2 wilds and a.
Yeah. How interesting.
Retro 8. That's interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen that one in a hot minute. Then the blue +2 is sandwiched in between. Oh my word! Well, Jay, that's an automatic heater right there. Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Wait.
I meant to do another +2, but I accidentally hit the same color instead of a different one.
Oh,
yeah. I was gonna say, wait a minute. Yeah, that actually should have registered, so it was a different color. I got you. Interesting. No, it's not a buy. That's a human error. No, yeah, you got me tripped up, man. I was that is the right command. It's just it was the wrong color. Yeah.
It's +2 D, so it's only win double +2.
Well, yeah,
error,
but
isn't it?
no. He put the wrong color. It wasn't blue.
Oh, it's a wrong color. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the first
Makes
one's right. The
sense.
second one was wrong. The second one, you're good.
Right.
It's not, if it was by error, I would be on the phone right now checking that. But you're good. Yeah, sometimes it trips me up. It's a little late at night. Sometimes it gets a little tripped up. We're good. You're good to go. You're free to go to wherever you like. All right, so Jay, a little bit different now because instead of the +6 going back, now Abyan only with 2 cards. Brock, well, he had a chance to maybe get out of this jam here with a number efficient play. God, I think he
right, yeah.
will have something for sure down the road.
Yeah, but and they are still tied, or they were until Brock had a draw, and then now Abyan's up 2.
Well, we'll see if Brock gets rid of that green +2 if he had it right there. Let's see. The reads are too good here, man. I said something to green because he's been really fading off those red and yellows. So I'm thinking, why not do a blue-green +2? But this is really random here, Jay, because no blue and green to close it off. That is on a point. That's something. That is definitely a move for sure.
Yeah. It's like those are like me as a rookie in 2023 kind of moves. And then again, I never really had as much capability and calculating thoughts into my moves at the time, but it's definitely something that I would have done if this was that time period.
Yeah, it could be a little desperation for Brock. He's trying to get a fade going. We've seen this in Super League 23 where you want the opponent to give you the +2, so it's not the worst move. Lamas did that a ton last night. But in a Game 5 situation where you're down 3-1, I understand where you're coming from. And Brock, there it is, right? So Brock, he's definitely got more to he's got more to tank. He's doing the same exact kind of moves: triple plays, double plays, playing chaotic. Right, really letting the Flash dude talking. This man's had 10 +2s tonight, Brock. But yes, he hasn't played a single skip or a single wild regular. So it's been an interesting game on ammo, all things considered. Abyan just going to roll with it. Here comes Brock. Does he have any more in the red, or is that it for the Reds? This is where he's good with the fade. Brock loading up here. Let's see what he's got. He'll go with the fade.
Yeah,
He's got
and there's another one.
another one in the monkey. Double possession lead here.
Yep, and another one. Be like a DJ Khaled. Another one.
Another one. Yes, sir. We the
Did
best.
you say Kyle?
No, Callan. He said Callan.
Like, I know it's Kala, but to me it sounded like he said Kyle.
Oh boy. Yeah, Jay, we do know Jay
Yeah,
Michael.
I'm at like 60% alertness right now.
Oh
FYI.
boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I know. I did dismiss Jay at 10 if we need to be. I'll have short commitment. If you want, if we go to a game 6, Jay, you got to go, man. I understand completely. That's if we get there.
Oh, here comes some heat from Abyan.
Abyan with some heat. Brock, of course. Just looking for something else in the back end. We'll see what he can do.
Now we continue it into a double or triple, perhaps.
Abyan looking for a double and triple here. Let's see. Interesting, because he didn't use the power play, so. Oh my goodness!
More than a double. That's a quad. That's
game.
a quintuple.
Quintuple is that game? Once he draws here, it should be game. And it's Abyan moving on. Brock couldn't do much there.
He does it. He does it. It's Abyan.
Abyan, big win, big flush city. I have to say that last game came down to more luck, though, right? Because other than the +2s, I'm going to have to assume you really saved some of your stuff, right? And was just able to work down numbers efficiently.
Yeah. I'll feel happy finally. I win something in this server. For a long time, I keep losing first round. I have something in the tank. Yeah, I have all those tricks you saw at the last part. I'm just trying to keep saving it for the final maker run. I'm just praying that William doesn't pull out Uno PP, and that's luckily he's not
Right.
doing that, so I'm able to do the maker run, and it worth the wait.
Yeah, I got you. Abyan, your thoughts on playing either Pat Johnson or myself in round 2?
Who? You versus who?
It's either me or Pat. We haven't played yet. Your thoughts on playing either one of us before we go?
Well, bro, I gotta keep it honest. I don't want to play against you.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah, no.
Every time I play against you, I keep losing, man. How many times we play against each other, but I keep losing. I don't want to play against you again.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people have that same reaction. Don't worry. That's just funny. But anyway, appreciate you, man. Big winner. We'll go to Brock. Brock, look, tough loss tonight. Really wasn't able to cook the fade. Unfortunately, I don't know, man. Was it a case of maybe just a 5-7? Probably just me. Indeed. 10-4 on the 10-4, buddy, on the +2s. Brock had more. Do you think maybe it was a case, Brock, you got the wrong ammo card on the +2s and you just couldn't cook the fade because of the lower numbers? Is that really what limited you tonight?
I would say yes. You know, it was definitely smart on Abyan's part to go with those low number hand games because you know, it definitely gave him the advantage.
Yeah, obviously, Brock. You've been here before. You started the year 1-2 last year, right? You made Super League, and of course, you got 5 out of your 9 wins came in T5. I'm pretty sure 7 out of your 9 wins, if not 8 out of your 9 wins, actually came in T3 onward. So nothing really to scoff at because we know you're good in the later part of the season. How do you build towards a good run and come? Let's call it late April because I don't think we're going to start May. I think we are going to start late April for T3. Thoughts on that?
As far as strategy, I'm not quite sure. I guess I'll just keep doing what I'm doing and hope it works.
Oh yeah, I got you, man. I got you. No worries. I'll go to we'll go to JT. JT,
Right.
Spicy stuff tonight. Definitely a little bit interesting compared to last night. Your thoughts on first round? I think the next time we see you is playing, if I'm not mistaken. So your thoughts on what you've gathered here and a little bit of the booth that you can provide for your next match against Ed.
Well, alrighty. I mean, Brock. From when I last played him in a Super League until now, I mean, everything that he did tonight, it was kind of like most of his moves were kind of like a replica of way back when. So I mean, he knows his own strengths. He's playing on them the best he can. He knows what he's good at, and he's props to him for that kind of consistency. Although Abyan now, I mean, my eyes are really opened to his potential, and just that killer 6-pack run to end it all in Game 5, and for him to be able to move on and to, yeah, that was pretty interesting for him making comments, how saying that you were the more feared opponent over Mac, but that'll be another time for when that game is over. But I mean, it opened my eyes to what Abyan can do, and I know he hasn't been around the block a whole lot, but he's been making really good moves, enough for opening up my eyes on what he's capable of. So yeah, respectable players, but Abyan was just that touch bit better tonight.
Abyan did a great job tonight. Really, really good closer stuff from him. Closed it out, figures it out the job, and he'll either play myself or Pack round 2. Abyan, Brock will leave quotes below. I'll close this out. Let's go to the schedule tomorrow, and what a schedule we have tomorrow. Going to start as bright and early. We're going to wake it up with some Reunion, 9:30 in the morning. That's right, 9:30 in the morning. Looking forward to that one. We got Yepez. We got Steven Tapir. We got to get that Yepez reminder out. Almost forgot about that. But it's going to be Tapir Steven Tapir, whoever you like to call, whoever you like to spice it up. First time we've ever seen this match in D1. We've seen these guys play in D2 before twice, but now we see a D1 match for the first time. Game got pushed back, cap gone. Now is 1:15 Eastern time. Was supposed to be 12:30. A little bit delay. We'll get that going. That'll be myself and Seth. Seth on the stream, KT on the co-com call, and then we'll flip it right around with me on the stream, Seth on the co-call with Caesar Ram now at 3 o'clock instead of 2:30. And then it'll be myself and Rogers with Nam back in the ref table, excuse me. Austin Rogers and I are going to call it a classic Aria G match. This was a 2023 Super League match, of course. Should be a good one there. Brock will rep the game between Ghost and Grim a half hour later in Watch 2. Should be a good one in the Mustang region. And then Yepez Ellison will finish this off.
Apologies to stream, I misread the sheets completely. I am blind. Those last 2 games are not included on the graphic. I will fix that when I post it.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's all good. Yepez Ellison, the first of only potentially 2 116 games. We don't know about that third one still lingering. But the first of 2 will begin with Yepez Ellison, of course, Brad Reffin, Diablo region, 10 o'clock tomorrow, non-stream. So the last 2 games are non-stream, only the G. The first 3 games are non-stream. But it's a long day tomorrow. How about that? We do actually get a double 6-pack as of now scheduled, as we do have 6 games scheduled on 28th, which should be a long day. 27th will be more of our darker day, as you call it. Lighter day, only 3 games, and they're all non-stream. That's going to do it for me and JT. What a night it was. What can we say? As Brock reads the quote, what a great night for Abyan. He picked the low, gave him the advantage on controlling Brock's fade. We'll see how he adapts come T3 for Brock. For Abyan, we'll see him next round. For JT, myself, not sure on the EP. Nam is the OG rep. I'll give a little credit to Brad for reffing all day as well. He was around for the first game. Cody Smart post today. Appreciate him. And, of course, our 2 players. Thank you for coming out. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, 9:30, off the stream. And then, boom, back in the old Seth KT stream, 12:30, now 1:15. Cap and Gun, defending T2 champion, is back on table. Let's get it going tomorrow. See you then. This has been a presentation of MRE Uno Division 1.